Welcome everybody to this video testimonial with me, Paul Garrigan, and I'm just joined by one of my brothers, Mike from Men's Inner Mastery Academy. Mike, thank you so much for agreeing to join me, brother, for this video testimonial.
Appreciate it. It's an honor, brother.
Thank you, mate. Okay, so let's get into it then, mate, about your journey, which has been nothing short of transformational over the past couple of months. Why is it then, Mike, that you feel like you joined Men's Inner Mastery Academy?
So it's a long-winded answer, to be fair, brother. But it was a couple of years ago. I had some issues with me internal years, and I've had issues with balance, and that brought on a lot of anxiety, a lot of other issues in myself, confidence-wise, and going out because of that particular issue that I had. And I was following journeys of many people along the way to try and get back on my feet, so to speak. And I came across you on Instagram and
Mm.
seeing and watched a lot of the videos that you've done in the past with a lot of men, and it sort of resonated with exactly how I was feeling at the time and the step I wanted to make to get myself back to where I was prior to that issue happening. So I obviously reached out to yourself, and I think this is probably one of the best parts about Men's Inner Mastery is we had a couple of interviews
Mm.
because no one is accepted onto this fraternity or this course. We
Mm.
need the right people to come along. So we had a couple of conversations to ensure that I was in the right place and I was the right fit to be part of this group, which I think
Mm.
was the best part about it. Because once you actually get into it, I'm sure we'll talk about it later, is you realize that every single man on this course or every man in this group is exactly the same. It's got exactly the same goals and is fully in 100%.
Mm. Yeah, I love that, brother. And there's definitely there's got to be a criterion of man, mate. I speak about it quite a lot because it is for a certain type of man. It takes a certain type of man to look at themselves, to go deeper into themselves, to go on a self-development journey and to really, embody the tools that are needed to be the best version of yourself and to reach your full potential.
Yeah,
And that's something, made to feel like, you've absolutely embodied throughout the course and the program, in showing up in that way. Even if you have felt at times, mate, you've been quite quick to own it and get back on track, which is an incredible tool, mate, of authenticity that you show. Um, okay then, mate. So knowing why you joined, going through certain problems that you were facing, what would you say, since joining Men's Inner Mastery Academy has been the biggest change? And what would you say it's like inside?
biggest change is I've learned again. It's there's so much information to give at this point, brother. There's so many tools that you bring to this society of men that people change from the inside out, and it's about becoming uncomfortable with the uncomfortable. It's too easy for people to sit there and say, I'd love to do that, never get around to doing it, or never put themselves into doing it. When you become part of this group, every single person within this group supports you on a daily basis. We talk to each other from the morning we wake up with some of the activities and breath work that we do all the way through the day with the wins of the
Mm.
calls that we have on a Monday morning, or sorry, a Monday evening.
Mm.
Um, so the biggest change is I've been able to find myself from the person I was before that issue happened, and I've gained that confidence, but I've also understood the reasons why some of the things happen, why you have this anxiety, why some of the things from your past with some of the skills that you've taught us, some of the things that you've taught us to embody rather than just accept from the
Mm.
past, from the present, and from the future, and living for the now, rather than building. And what again, I'll try not to go into too much detail, but what people tend to do is they live in depression or they live in anxiety because they allow the mind to take over themselves rather than living in the now. Have things from the past that they can't deal with that constantly crop up. Have things in the future that they want to do that they're throwing on themselves now because they've never achieved it. So they come stuck in a circle of never progressing. Whereas the
Mm.
skills that once you come into men's mastery that you learn, you sort of unpick all them things and you become on a path to happiness, onto a path of where you want to be with a strong personality and that confidence to be able to do it.
Yeah, I love that, brother. Would you say then, Mike, that although you are absolutely feeling a difference and you're showing up differently, would you say that that's helping how you show up in other areas of life and that other people maybe noticing that as well, would you say?
I'd say it helps in every single part of your life, from family life to career to things that you aspirationally want to do. I think from the past of family relationships as well, which maybe you've had issues with because of certain things. And I think everyone's really sees that confidence in you because you show up every time that you show up somewhere. And again, as part of the group, one of the main things is if you want to do something in this life, you show up for it. And that doesn't mean just when you've got some big event, that means on a daily basis. From when you wake up in the morning, you show up and be the person that you want to be that person in the future, to get them things that you want in your life. And I'm not talking just monetary things. I'm talking about if you want that family, if you want that career, if you want to go and travel, all them type of things, the skills and the practices that you learn from Inner Man's Mastery takes all that cloudiness away of thought patterns and getting caught up in yourself to a clear path of where you want to go.
Yeah, yeah. It's very much, mate. I think every man's unique, and we teach them, about embodying, their own uniqueness and their own unique blueprint. Every man's got their own unique blueprint, their own unique set of values, their own unique vision.
Yeah,
And it's actually, for me, it's an absolute pleasure, mate, to witness when that fire gets lit back up. The man that I'm talking to now, Mike, compared to the man that maybe I spoke to a couple of months ago, is completely different, world apart. How you're holding yourself, how you're showing up, the confidence you're bringing, how you're embodying everything that you're talking about here. It's an absolute honor to witness, brother. Honestly, it's special, mate, and it obviously lights me up, mate, every time I see that a man is stepping into that power and just reclaiming, the things that they thought were gone or that they would never get back, and truly stepping into what they're worth.
yeah.
So massive, massive appreciation, brother. And lastly, mate, what I would ask is, a lot of men, mate, like sit on the fence. Like we all know, they don't take that jump, they don't take that leap of faith. And we talk ourselves out of things, we build resentment, we make every excuse under the sun not to invest in ourselves and become the best version of ourselves. But self-development's becoming a new thing for men to do, and to be the best version of themselves. But we're still probably a little way behind me with getting most men to commit to this, and because of what it takes to create that change. So what would you say, mate, to any man who is actually sitting on the fence, who's contemplating men's work, joining Men's Inner Mastery Academy, and taking the plunge, mate? What would you say to that man?
This is the easiest answer, to be honest with you, Paul. Stop contemplating, because the more you contemplate, the more you convince yourself that it's too much for you, it's too hard for you, or it's not the right thing for you. And I'll put everything that I know on it, that this is the right thing for every single man. And I'm not talking just a couple of groups or a couple of people feel like, I'm talking every single man should go through this type of process and learn these skills and hone them practices in to make themselves, I suppose, understand more about themselves, more about the way that they work, how to embody things that are happening to you and that have happened to you, and become part of it. It's life changing. And I know there's people out there, and again, people watch things on the likes of Instagram and Facebook and say, oh, not doing that, not getting cold water. Why are people doing that? I'd say embrace it and do it. Try it for a week, try it for 2 weeks, try it for a couple of months. It will change your life for the best. That's a guarantee.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you for taking the time out of your day, mate, to obviously share your experiences, mate, of Men's Inner Mastery Academy. And I'm excited, mate, to continue your journey with you, and to continue to watch you grow and see how everything unfolds, mate, over the next couple of months. So yeah, massive
I'm
thank you
excited.
for that. Brilliant, exciting times, mate.
Awesome,
Um,
brother. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. I will see you soon, Mike. Okay.
Cheers, brother. See you soon.
Thank you, mate. Bye bye.